If our nation is ever taken over, it will be taken over from within. The future and success of America is not in this Constitution, but in the laws of God upon which this Constitution is founded. Oppressors can tyrannize only when they achieve a standing army, an enslaved press, and a disarmed populace. Crisis is the rallying cry of the tyrant. The purpose of the Constitution is to restrict the majority's ability to harm a minority. Disarm the people, that is the best and most effective way to enslave them. If man is not fit to govern himself, how can he be fit to govern someone else? The right of the citizens to bear arms in defense of themselves and the state shall not be questioned. If tyranny and oppression come to this land, it will be in the guise of fighting a foreign enemy. A president is impeachable if he attempts to subvert the Constitution. Where an excess of power prevails, property of no sort is duly respected. No man is safe in his opinions, his person, his faculties, or his possessions. The advancement and diffusion of knowledge is the only guardian of true liberty. Democracy was the right of the people to choose their own tyrant. A just security to property is not afforded by that government, under which unequal taxes oppress one species of property and reward another species. Armies, and debts, and taxes are the known instruments for bringing the many under the domination of the few. The very definition of tyranny is when all powers are gathered under one place. Each generation should be made to bear the burden of its own woes, instead of carrying them on, at the expense of other generations. Cursed be all that learning that is contrary to the cross of Christ. Wherever there is interest and power to do wrong, wrong will generally be done. No nation could preserve its freedom in the midst of continual warfare. The circulation of confidence is better than the circulation of money. In republics, the great danger is that the majority may not sufficiently respect the rights of the minority. The essence of government is power, and power, lodged as it must be in human hands, will ever be liable to abuse. Americans have the right and advantage of being armed, unlike the citizens of other countries whose governments are afraid to trust the people with arms. Charity is no part of the legislative duty of the government. A standing military force, with an overgrown executive, will not long be safe companions to liberty. Conscience is the most sacred of all property. Enlightened statesmen will not always be at the helm. The primary function of government is to protect the minority of the opulent from the majority of the poor. It is a universal truth that the loss of liberty at home is to be charged to the provisions against danger, real or pretended, from abroad.